Okay, gentlemen, I'm looking at example number 2, okay? And it wants us to simplify here. Now, this isn't simplifying a variable expression. It's simplifying numerical expressions. There are no variables up there, okay? But I want to look at this first one. And it says negative 9 divided by negative 10 over 3, okay? Now, remember, division is multiplying by the reciprocal. So if I'm dividing by negative 10/3, I multiply by the reciprocal. I only flip the second one. I don't flip the first one. Please don't make that mistake. It's negative 9 divided by negative 10/3 is negative 9 times the reciprocal of negative 10/3, which is negative 3 over 10. Okay? I like to keep the negative up top. You guys should do the same. It helps when we're dealing with slope and graphing linear equations. We did that last year, but I'm trying to remind you about that. That's why I always put the negative up front. Could it go on the bottom, Arjun?
Yeah.
It can go on the bottom. Can it go out front, Tara?
Yes.
It can go out front, but I like to keep it on top. I like to do things the same way every time. That way I avoid simple mistakes. So I'm going to get a negative times a negative gives me a positive, and I'm going to get 9 times 3 is 27 over 10. Now, can I reduce this, CC? Is there anything that goes into 27 and 10? I can't reduce it. I'm going to leave it like this as an improper fraction. Because if I want to work with that value, if I want to work with it, I don't want to have to change it back from a mixed number. Okay, I don't want 2 7/10. 2.7, okay, that's fine for this one, but whenever there's a 9 on the bottom or a 3 on the bottom, we're going to get repeating decimals, and that's hard to work with. As a decimal, I like it much better as a fraction. Okay, I'm ignoring Eric for right now. I'm going to answer his question in a minute, but I'm looking at part B now. This complex fraction right here says negative 3 divided by negative 1/3. That's what it's saying, because a fraction is a division problem. So all I have to do is rewrite this as negative 3 times something. What am I multiplying negative 3 times, Ben? Which is negative 3 over 1. I'm multiplying by the reciprocal. So now, Ian, I've got a negative times a negative, so what's the sign? A positive, because they're the same. And then I've got 3 times 3, so what do I get here, Edwin? I get 9. Good job, Edwin. All right. Good job. Now, guys, I have just a few seconds before I go on to the next example. Eric, did I answer your question, or did you want to do that problem?
I have a question.
Yes, sir. What is it? Okay, Eric lost his question. He's going to bring it back to us later. We're good on this?
Yeah.
Let's look at the next example.